Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Rune Factory Frontier. I'm Rest 500 is silent. Last episode, I showed off the forge by forging all of our basic equipment up to their second upgrade, and I also that's really actually no, of course, obviously, we found a collapsed woman outside of our house, and we quicker took her to Laura, the nurse, for her to be able to get her all fixed up, hopefully. We'll go and check on her again today. That will be what we'll start off this episode doing, after, of course, all of my watering is done. You may or may not have noticed, but, with an upgrade, if you use a charge attack with a tool, like the watering can, or with the watering can, it only consumes 1 unit of water to water the whole space. To water the 3 spaces. So that's how you really save on your, and there's another thing we can do by later.
Morning.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful letter. Later for outsiders, so you can also put your mail on the table. Later. Also, if you have something you want to send, just bring it to me. Okay. Still making rounds. I have to go by. And actually,
Morning. Let's make this a great day.
usually she tells us if we have it letter directly if you talk to her, but I guess not.
Morning.
I don't alert anybody. What you talk about? But anyway, this should make our watering 10 times easier, which is kind of what you want at the beginning of the game, or kind of what you want ever. It just makes the days go so much quicker. Since obviously, while you're unlike other Harvest Moon games, or some of them anyway, time does not stop for using tools. So you have to constantly keep going. There's not a whole lot of stuff up here in the fields for us to pick and send off into the shipping box. So we'll have to do that. We'll have to just wait until we get some crops. It's amazing how much time that saves. But we should be having something happen, so far we've had one thing happen to us every episode, so far we're pretty consistent. I'm not going to complain. But when you start off the day with a cutscene like that or something, it just makes the rest of the day feel slow and boring and pointless. It's like, okay, that's what happens at the beginning of the episode. Nothing else important is going to happen. Which is not overly true. We find out Rosetta also is living here now, away from her father. Which, trust me, that can teach a father some harsh lessons. More than what you guys would realize. And I'm not saying that because I know through personal experience I'm a father, or anything like that. Anyway, not much else to do right now. We'll come back down later. But now we have some things to do up in Whale Island that I couldn't finish yesterday. Because I wimped out and ran out of stamina. So here we go. Rune walking when he's meant to be having a tool and he doesn't, it just looks so awkward. He hunches over. He even carries the hoe epically. I mean, watch this. I mean, look at that. Like, that's just pretty cool. I don't know. I actually need the hoe, so it's a good thing I kind of pulled it out, sort of. I use something. Oh no! See, now look how he uses it as like a weapon. And if he actually used it in a different fashion to attack, that might actually be pretty useful. But he doesn't, so it doesn't do much for me. And you may notice that over there. I'll get to it in a second. You probably noticed that. Is that something on the ground? It looked oddly suspicious. Sorry, I'd never noticed that. Also, there's plenty of water if you run out, which you guys have probably already noticed. You can kind of get your water refills from any body of water. Plant the seeds like a... You see over here, the turnips are fully grown, but you see this green ball of light. That is a rune, and... Or a rune crystal, to be precise. And, ow! When a bunch of 9 crops in one area is fully grown, a rune crystal will appear above them, and they don't actually even have to be all in one area. It could be a combination of like 9 throughout an area, to get a rune crystal. For every 9 you have, you get another rune crystal. It restores a fraction of your rune points. And as you can see, it can be very helpful in dungeons. That's why they give you tons of crop space. And as you see now, that we're only taking 1 damage from these goblins. Cheap cloth can be pretty useful for selling. I like the look of the broadsword. I don't know why. I also like the sound you make when you clink a sword against a stone. Also, be careful when you're near the beginning. If you're not high enough level for something, it could cost more experience to use a forge tool than your original tool, even if it's less effective. So keep that in mind. So I'm not overly worried about these monsters respawning. I'm sure if I leave the area, they will come back. We'll probably not get too far in. There's very little reason. Actually, no. I'm gonna attempt to do something. I'm not gonna promise anything because it is very dangerous. But I'm going to attempt something here in a minute. There's also a purpose to having. Well, there's always a purpose to have something like for in a game, but there's a purpose for every item in the game having like levels. Even something as used as scrap metal. Scrap metal can actually be used in a way for forging. It's a way to level up a tool without actually upgrading it, so that it uses less experience. Because like the higher level a tool is, the less rune points it uses. So it's a way to kind of level up a tool without actually upgrading it. So I'll try to refer to something being upgraded and not leveled up. You know, I've always used that term in other Harvest Moon games, since it needs to be defined separately to avoid confusion. Forged stuff sells better than just raw iron itself, but also you have very little chance right away to do such things. So I'm going to try and zip zoom through this entire area here to get to about near the end of the second area for something important. Also, be careful for those archers. I probably should just leave them alone and focus on the mission. We're about to the area I need this to be. Whoa, I didn't know these were back here. Or I probably did and I just forgot about them. As you can see, we're already finding copper. That was a bad move on my part. Now we have an animal barn. We can befriend these type of enemies, but as of right now, there's no real reason to befriend any of these. Because the enemies will fight the exact same way for you as against you. So, oh, by the way, here we go. Is this monster lost? It doesn't seem to be hostile. He stomps pretty big for such a little guy. And there he goes. There he goes. What's up with that monster? Also, here's a thing to note. Monsters also have their own level, so keep as such as you do. So keep that in mind. But the reason why, because if you want to befriend a monster, like petting it and such like that, you actually need to be the same level or higher to befriend it. So you can't just go on up. That's why Cross was saying a few episodes ago. It may not trust you or anything, or it may not listen to you and become your friend, even if you do everything right to befriend it. That will mean you aren't high enough level to befriend it. And there are certain monsters in the game, you'll probably know them when you see them, that you can't befriend at all. But to make it easy, any normal monster that comes out of a monster spawner can be befriended. I'm gonna get past him. So I'm gonna head to the next area. And I'm gonna try and get some of the treasure chests in this area here. Run, 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 run. We won't be able to do much on the fin of Whale Island for the time being, so don't worry too much about being here right now. But getting here as soon as possible to trigger the event with the blonde that we saw by the tower is important. So, if anything else, at least try and do that. Gotta be careful. One nick and you're screwed, so be very careful. Never think you're safe for a moment. I'm hoping they're kind of just gonna go away, but I don't think they will. I may have to warp out of here or be killed. Oh, whoa, whoa, that was dangerous. Highly, highly dangerous. There's some rice. Very effective cooking item. There are many items in this area, and I can technically reach all of them, but it's very dangerous to go after them all. Thin stick, those are useful for things. So let's actually warp out of here, and I'll meet you doing something after I... Well, not really reason to really meet you doing anything. We can actually just go to the hot spring right away. So we'll probably just do that, and then do something else after that. There's not a whole lot to do. Put that away. Well, before we do that, I want to try one more thing. Hopefully we can get our thing to work that I've been referring to. Keep checking in with Mist every day, and something should eventually happen. So...
Hello.
Okay. That's weird. Something should... Maybe I have to wait longer. I don't know. She mentioned it earlier, but she didn't actually do anything about it. It was about, her yard. So... But I mean, I don't know. She mentioned it, but she didn't actually... I don't know.
May I help you?
Looks like Selfie's okay.
Hello.
Where's Selfie at?
May I help you?
Oh, I don't know where Selfie is. Well, technically I do. But you guys wouldn't just by not doing anything. I mean, just by playing for the first time, but... If I'm not mistaken, she's actually up here at the Rune Archives. I think they came in here once before. I'm not really sure if I have.
Hiya!
I feel like her voice actor sounds a lot like Misty from one of the animes, to be honest. You know, from Pokemon. If we never actually came in here before Selfie, this place was completely spotless, spick and span. A lot more books than it looks. She likes it. Selfie like it. It's all clean now. Yeah, well, as a tragedy as it is for this place to be a dump, it is required for well, not technically required, but you're gonna need it to happen because, like she said, you can actually buy books, and this is where you get your recipe books for just about anything you need. So let's see what we have available.
Great!
What we're gonna probably want to start with is, let's see, do we have accessories? Okay, yeah, we'll start with this.
You're really buying one? Thank you so much.
And then we're probably gonna go with let's make weapons. We have very little money now, so we'll have to wait for our money to come back to buy almost anything. Luckily, we still have enough to use the hot springs, so... But those are very important for our success later. We will need them. Dude. Good lord, I'm already up to 50 minutes. It's amazing how quickly this stuff goes by.
Hi! Welcome! That will be 10 gold. Thank
I try to cut it off in a way where it still sounds like I'm letting her talk in a full sentence. I don't think this hot spring is actually topless, like some hot springs are. I know in certain areas of the world they have topless hot springs. You can look up into the sky, which sounds really, really attractive. But alas, they do not have them here, apparently. Even though the water is boiling hot and falling from the sky. Because you gotta think about it. That's where the hot spring is coming from the sky. So, anywho, let's go have a look at some of our recipes now that we can actually forge some stuff. And it will give you guys the good... I probably should just waited to buy accessories since, I mean... Because, I spent over $1,000 just on a band and a pendant. Which, in a way, is kind of wasteful.
On the opposite side of my home is where...
We did this already. You already told me that. When is the thing gonna happen? I don't know. Maybe we have to... Maybe everything happens in a certain order. They don't really expect you to go as efficiently as me. So anyway, let's have a look at our accessory table here, our crafting table. You can make earrings with iron and a sharp fang, which we don't have yet. Straw hats, you get glue and flour. Can't do yet. Pendants, you just need iron and an insect jaw. Neck towel, cheap cloth and wool, you can't actually make those. Monster hide and cheap cloth to make a weapon. Leather belt, monster hide, iron. Whoa. Cheap bands are iron and insect hide. I skipped crest, but you can't actually make that yet. A fey bracelet, you just need a warrior medal and some iron, and as you can see, it's pretty good. A shoe bracelet, which is basically a copper bracelet. Actually, if I take off my copper band, I might be able to attempt to forge it. Let's give it a go, just to see what will happen. Our chances are small. Alright, let me try that again. Silver ring also. Silver and insect hide, but you won't be able to do that for a little while. And there we go! This will probably be one of the best pieces of met armor you can use for a while. As you can see, it gives us 4 attack power, extra 10 magic, which we can't really use yet, and 10 defense, which is better than before. But, I mean, and as you can see, it looks not light, so you can actually notice it. But, we have our broadsword. You can use iron and knife pieces to make your own broadswords. Broadsword and copper, you can make some skimnatar, which I will probably fuse eventually. Broadsword with a wind crystal is the wind sword, which was actually my favorite sword in Rune Factory, the original, but it's outclassed in this game. An aqua sword with broadsword and water crystal. And there's plenty of other things you can go through too. Like two-handed sword can be made out of broadsword and iron. And controls keep jumping all over the place. There's a lot of good options available to you. You'll probably be going for the skimnatar first. And I will attempt to make my own broadsword here. Because actually... So let's actually give it a go. Because... so let's actually put it in ourselves to make sure... No. Crap! Gosh, I freaking don't like this. I don't know why the controls are so jumpy. I don't want freaking level 4. Stop that! I hear my freaking... Oh my gosh, why is my... phone stop? I'm gonna cut this out. Alright, finally done with that. So let's make ourselves a broadsword. Crap, I messed up. Let's try this again. But... I'm trying to get to the green bar. Too soon. There we go. Synthesize with expertise. Whatever you're trying to do with the cooking. If you get to the green spot, your item will level up to the next level. If you're all your, like say, if all of your forging equipment is a certain level, it will be that level. Like for example, if you have one, like we had there with the iron, and we had with a metal piece, both level 1. You fuse them together, forge them together, you get level 1 sword. But if you get the green thing, you get level 2. This works as well with multiple things. Like if you have like a level 2 or higher iron piece and level 2 or higher knife and iron, then you can make a level 2 or higher sword. And I'll actually probably sell my extra swords now, since I don't really need them. And actually, we have the insect skin to make an accessory, which is pretty cool. As you can see, the broadsword is worth 20 more gold when you have it forged, or when you have it leveled up. Ugh, gosh, I want my controls are so jumpy. There we go. We have it replaced. It has a little bit more of attack power, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has no. It hasn't. Wait. The use is not apparent yet, but it will become more important later. But trust me, level 2 is better for you. So let's see what we can craft with the insect skin. This is an important part of the game, so try to... Oh, just a cheap band? Is that it? Well, we'll start with that. Crap! We'll just go with this. There we go. This is the best way to... Okay, it doesn't have as much extra... It doesn't have any kind of extra stats as opposed to the Chew Bracelet, but I think it's actually equal in defense, if I'm not... It's equal in defense, but the other stats are weaker, so we'll keep the Copper Bracelet, or the Aku Bracelet. I believe that is the Table of Elements number for it. But what you're going to want to do, if you when you can, is to make your own crafts, and whether or not you keep them for yourself is irrelevant. What it will do is it will build your crafting so you can build higher level things. So that is a great way to both make money and to level up your crafting skills, which you will need later in the game to be extremely high to get through a lot of difficult stuff. I'll keep that level 1 copper just because. We have still ourselves a few swords. I forgot to put away the knife pieces. I'll do that later, though. So there's not much left to do, except I'm probably gonna go up into the island and kill some more monsters. And then that'll probably be it, actually. So actually, I'm in the episode now. I don't really know where we're. I can probably go a few more minutes. But there's really very little... Well, one second. Before I end the episode, let me come in here for a moment. 1 second, please. Stop calling. Sorry about that. That ruined the mood. Gosh, just... Anyway. anyway, as you can see, whoa! Kind of ruined the mood. I remember seeing this monster on Whale Island. Did it come all the way here? Jeez. So yeah, you can't really do anything with him, but he's actually vitally important. So I will, well, I don't have to address anything about him. It'll just become known in time. But I think it'll be a good place to leave it. Next time on Let's Play Rune Factory Frontier, we'll probably do something else. I'm going to smash some monsters' skulls in and get some more stuff to sell, like iron and stuff. So that's what I'll be doing off screen. So you don't have to watch it all and stuff. So that'll do it. I thank you all for watching. I hope you all will join me next time.